You don't have to be the CEO to be successful. In today's episode, I am asking you to take a step back and consider what success really means to you. Welcome back to the Better Workday Podcast. How are you doing? I am super excited because after recording this episode, I'm going in to deliver a talk to a group of graduates. Way back in 2017, I completed a degree in business information systems, and in just a few hours, I'll be talking to the graduating class of 2025 about how they can set themselves up for a better workday as they start their full-time professional career. And when I was preparing for this talk and when I was talking to the organisers about it, the main thing that stood out for me and the one thing I want them to hear is that you don't have to be the CEO to be successful. Oh my God, I remember when I was in my 20s, the one thing that I defined success by was seniority. I thought that if you got to manager, senior manager, director, that my life would be perfect. And so I channeled so much energy into trying to climb the ladder, even when it didn't really fit with the way that I preferred to spend my time. So I would try really, really hard to say yes to everything. I was known as having a no problem attitude, which is another way for saying I couldn't say no, and I overworked to try and deliver everything. Instead of focusing on what I really liked doing, which was helping other people and solving the problems and working with my team. And honestly, that focus on trying to always get promoted often left me feeling a bit lonely. And that's not even touching on the fact that I would have burnt out multiple times from just not looking after myself. It's funny because I would have spoken about burnout quite a few times, but if you don't know me very well, I burned out at different stages of my career. It might surprise you to learn that not all of those burnouts were due to the volume of work. So they weren't all in like these really high-paced, hectic workplaces where I was working 60, 70 hours a week. In fact, most of the time it's because regardless of what was going on in the team or the wider organization, I was pushing myself to burnout. I was doing too much, and that's because I defined success in completely the wrong way. And that's not to say that being a CEO or having CEO goals is wrong. In fact, I know people who have climbed the ladder and they have enjoyed every step of the way. And we do need to have people in every kind of role at every kind of level in order for us to build the companies that we love, in order to be able to deliver the products and services that can have a wonderful impact in the world. So there is a place for everyone in an organization, but not everyone needs to try to get to a particular position. And so regardless of whether you are 22, 32, 42, 52, 62, I want you to take a moment now and ask yourself, how are you measuring success? Are you measuring it based on some idea that you captured a long time ago? Perhaps maybe something that you picked up from a role model you looked up to in the workplace like I did? Or are you defining it based on the life that you are currently living? And a really nice way to check this is to imagine if you were moved to a similar job in a similar company in a similar industry, and you had the opportunity to start again, to make a fresh start at how you approach your day, your week, people that you work with, the type of work that you do. What changes would you make to your work? And how would you look at a successful working week if you had a chance to do it all over again? Now, for some people, the first thing that they'd be doing is building their personal brand so they can be seen, so they can be more visible, so they can move up the ladder. Brilliant. For others, though, it might be, well, if I could do it all over again, I would reset my boundaries because there's things in my personal life that need a lot more of my attention than I'm giving at the moment. Or there might be some people that would say, honestly, I would spend way more time with people than I would with my tech. Or honestly, there'd be some people saying, I would be blocking off time to learn these new skills that I have been dying to learn, because success to me would mean mastering a particular technology, skill, or something like that. And now I don't know what the answer is for you, but I'm asking you today to take a moment. You have it here, you're listening to me already. take this moment to step back, sit back, and ask yourself, what does success mean for you today? And once you know that, once you have that answer, I know for a fact that you can at least make one small, tiny tweak to start shifting your direction towards that new definition of success. So for me, when I realized I didn't need to be the CEO to be successful, I started spending more time doing what I really enjoy, and that's helping other people. I love helping other people. I get such a reward, that like warm feeling when I know that their workday is going to be a little bit better as a result of the conversation we've had. And so long before I started Better Workday, I started doing more of that in my current job, and that changed the direction for me. So what little thing could change the direction for you? Is it going to be blocking off a little bit of time? Is it going to be talking to different people, spending more time with others? It can be anything. It just has to be one thing, one small start to move you slightly to the left and more towards the definition of success that you really want to achieve. Okay, that's it from me for today. I'm going to grab my bag, get in my car, and go to that event. I can't wait. And I can't wait to see you next week. Until next time, stay well and have a better workday.